Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the second part of our tier list, where we're going to rank all the new Pokemon from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'm joined by my two good friends, Tyrosian
What's up?
and HiveAU,
Hey guys, how are y'all?
and we're going to be ranking the rest of these Pokemon. So if you guys missed the last part, be sure to go watch that on mine and Ty's channel. Links to that will be in the description of this video, and we'll also have it at the end, in a little bit of a playlist. So if you guys want to watch this part first and go back and see why we rank these guys the way that they did, that's also perfectly fine. So without further ado, let's get into it.
I agree, let's get into it.
Up next we have Dondozo, who is pretty solid, honestly.
It is, and also I think it has really good synergy with the sushi Pokemon.
Yeah, they showed that off in like the story.
Yeah, Tatsugiri. And as well, I believe we all beat the main story. I like how the fact they were both counted as the dragon trial thing.
Yeah, I thought
it was
that
part
was
of the fake Titan.
Yeah, the fake dragon or the false dragon Titan.
Yeah.
Plus, as well, it's a really good Pokemon for double battles if you put it up with Tatsugiri. But alone, it's interesting. It actually scared the living shit out of me when I first played the game.
Because it's definitely a gimmick Pokemon.
It is.
Yeah, I accidentally stumbled upon it whenever I was trying to find the Titan. I was like, "Where the hell is this thing?" And I stumbled on the Tatsugiri chilling, and then this thing came and fucking ate it, and I thought that was really funny.
that was a great introduction to it, honestly.
It was.
Also, Unaware, Water Bell, that's also some really good abilities that thing has.
Yeah, honestly, Unaware, Oblivious, tit for tat, kind of the same.
Yeah.
It does have great bulk though, except for the special defense, but it can definitely take a physical attack. Something you can easily hard switch into.
Oh yeah, hard switch into an earthquake or something, which this thing's already gonna resist.
Yeah, and pure water type's not even the worst type in the world either.
Only weak to
grass and electric.
Grass and water.
And freeze dry.
Grass and electric, my bad.
Yeah.
I say grass and water. Oh man.
To be honest, I'd actually give this mon if we put it alone, I would put it in a A tier. I mean, in probably A tier.
I would definitely put it in A. It can definitely be a great standalone Pokemon.
Yeah, agreed. I can see throwing it in A tier.
Absolutely. I want to throw it in front of the other form here.
Really?
I want to throw it that high, yes.
Ooh.
I don't know.
No, I think Swirledge is a better physical attacker.
You think so?
Yeah, I just don't think it's that good compared to Swirledge.
Agreed.
Fair.
And now for the ripoff.
I would say let's tackle Tatsugiri first because the whole gimmick revolves around being consumed by Dondozo.
Fair. All right, we could
get into it real quick.
Which that is really its only gimmick.
It is, but I also thought about its second ability, its hidden ability, Storm Drain, and its special attack being 120. If you can hard switch into a water type move and pair it up with or give it the item choice band or scarf, this thing could definitely do some damage, but that's its only saving grace, unless you pair it up with Dondozo.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a decent enough mon, right? But it's more of a gimmick than it is really anything else. I don't think anyone really had that big of an issue fighting it in the game.
Yeah, no. And I have a feeling as well, it is a good gimmick, but I don't see the fact of needing 3 separate
three separate
colorations. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Each of these colorations have their own shiny coloration.
That really threw me off.
It did too. I found a bunch of yellow ones, the first of the game, and I was like, oh, this must be the regular one. So when I found the orange one, I was like, oh, there's a shiny one, and it was just a regular one, and I was pissed off.
Yep. I thought that about the pink, because I saw the orange all over the place.
Yeah, the shiny ones really throw you off. I think even though we gave Dondozo high, I feel like I can put Tatsugiri in B tier.
I feel B is fair place for it.
Yeah, I feel that's a good place.
I would say probably in behind Toad Scroll.
Behind it,
Yeah, I could see that.
and all of its forms there.
Yeah,
Yep.
in no particular order.
Yeah. And now
All
for
right.
the Sharpedo ripoff.
The loser, the one that threw me off with its typing of Water Psychic.
I don't know why this thing isn't Water Steel type. It looks
Good
too much
God.
like one.
Agreed. And like whenever I like brought it up against the water gym leader, I actually thought it was a water steel type, so I threw out my fighting type to go against it.
I did too. I swapped in my well, it wasn't a fighting type at the time, but I had a fighting type move. My little ducky start or whatever the mid stage is called.
I get that. But like
I
when
mean,
I saw it was resistant, just like what?
Yeah, it was a shock to me.
yeah, the only thing this thing has going for it, 102 in attack, and the rest of its stats are just so lackluster. There's
I have a
a
feeling
lot.
it has the same stat total as the sushi Pokemon.
It's like
Yeah.
literally everywhere too. Like so many trainers in that game have this Pokemon, so you're exposed to it
Yeah.
like a lot.
It's ridiculous. And then its
Agreed.
fillet away a signature move sharply boosts attack, special attack, and speed by cutting its own HP, I believe, in half.
So it's
You
like a
don't
belly
have
drum.
that much HP or defense to work with. You're
You're just
wasting a
gonna
turn
die.
to do this.
Yeah. It's belly drum, but for a weaker Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You just don't have
it's
the
not even
bulk
worth
for
it. No, it doesn't. It's not Snorlax belly drum. That's not even
Yeah.
close.
I
Yeah.
feel like in the DLC, it would just be better to add in Sharpedo. I feel like the highest I could put this thing is in D tier.
Really? I was thinking more like a
I would
C
think
tier.
D. I would say low C.
Yeah, I was thinking like low
Uh,
C, something like
I'll
that.
go with low C.
Because it's not a horrible design.
It's not a horrible design. The design's really good, but it should be for a steel type.
Yeah, it would be a better design if it was a steel type. I would probably put it a little higher in C tier if it was actually a steel
Past
type.
past the mid evolutions.
If it
he was
was a
saying
steel
Oh,
type.
if it was steel type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like it just doesn't look like what it is.
I mean, I wanted to use it, but then I realized once I caught it, it wasn't a steel type. I thought a water steel type would have been cool, but nope.
Yeah, there's not too many of those floating around. That would have
Got
been way better.
bamboozled.
Because there's like so many
Yeah.
water psychic types that the bar is a lot higher than what this thing can really reach.
Especially with the first gen, you got Starmie and Slowbro and Slowking.
I actually used Slowking's Gen 2.
Slowbro was like the pinnacle of water psychic, and then just
Agreed.
seeing ones like these come up in the newer generations, just you don't want to use it.
Yeah, I mean, like Gen 1 really had the water psychic thing down because, like, even Starmie back in the day were like they were some of the best mons in the game, and like even now, like in Let's Go, I used the Starmie and it was really good. Like it was super solid. So like, and this thing just did not feel like it lived up to that kind of
It did not.
It was more of an annoyance than anything.
Yeah, it's just aggravating.
Here is something I do believe that actually improves the water typing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this is a cool mon.
It's
Cool
actually
mon.
our very first dolphin Pokemon as well.
Yeah.
People were hyped about it, and I thought it was pretty well executed, honestly, except for the evolution. I mean, this thing gets a little hard on its belly. I believe that visually that's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's not very different, but
it's a
like
tiny bit bigger.
The form though.
Zero to hero. And I love the hero. I didn't use it, but I love it because if you guys know Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a certain deck known as Elemental Heroes, and that is the deck I use, and I love it.
We're just waiting for that gun Pokemon to exist for us Rocket players. We'll get there.
I believe its hero form has the same base stat total as like Giratina, those higher up legendaries.
It actually has, I believe, a higher base.
No, not that high, but 650.
650.
That's still pretty good.
It's higher than every single pseudo legendary Pokemon.
Pseudo legendary, mythical Pokemon. It's
600.
got that power. I mean, 160 base attack. That's absurd.
Yeah, I think the hero form alone deserves S tier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think
looking at it
fair.
separately.
Yeah, from the like base forms. I mean,
below Annihilate.
Yeah, below Annihilate. Well, I don't know,
because of just the difficulty of getting it.
Is it better than Meowscarada though?
No, because Meowscarada still has protein.
Yeah, Protein's just too strong.
True.
Like, I don't think I could rank it higher than Masquerada.
Yeah,
and, like,
getting the hero form out there is too much of a hassle to be as viable
Agreed.
as these two.
Yeah,
Agreed.
but
The
it's so
Dolphins,
good.
the Dolphins being the only Dolphin Pokemon we have, but also still not like. I feel like I actually feel like the evolution would be lower than the base form because I
Yeah,
know it has
because
the heart
like
and the little.
It's so underwhelming.
it just doesn't change much.
No, it doesn't. It's disappointing more so than anything.
Yeah, it's
I
like
agree.
not you could have done something different, I feel like, than just making it slightly bigger and giving it a little heart on its chest.
Something that more represents the hero form, if anything.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like if anything, I would probably put the Finizen, like the first evolution, in A tier, and then this would just be me, but just for probably just adding the heart, I would probably put it in F tier next to Wiglet. It's still a really good Pokemon, but it's just they did horrible with the design. But speaking realistically, I'd probably put it in B tier.
I
I
don't
want to
think
throw it
it's
in low C.
yeah, I don't think it's terrible. I feel like a C tier, low B tier is probably like fair.
Yeah, we'll put a low C.
Lower C. I don't want to throw it in D.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
just
not that
god
bad.
awful.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, no,
But
but
just
like
the
they should
change.
they should have just made this thing its evolution just lower the base stat total.
Yeah, that would have been way
Honestly,
cooler.
yeah.
That would have been way cooler.
Yeah.
This right here, disappointing.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That kind
Unfortunate.
of hurt. I mean, honestly, that was the same vibe as the Dunsparce.
Yeah.
I mean, I
There just
can't imagine
wasn't
like playing through for the first time, evolving it, and it's like, was that a glitch? Did it actually evolve?
Plus, as well, the
Yeah.
way you actually have to evolve this thing is you have to evolve it while in Union Circle with a friend.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously we can do that, but like,
Yeah.
if you're just like, if you just play
One.
Pokemon solo, because like your friends don't like it or whatever, that's kind of hard to do. Like, you might be able
You
to find
can't
some people to
casually
do it.
play.
Yeah. Which, like, I know the internet's like a big factor now. Like, people are like, oh, you can just find friends on the internet or people on the internet to play with. Like, yeah, you can do that, but like, if you just want to play casually by yourself or whatever, you can't get this thing, which is kind of annoying.
I mean, that's what happened to me, really. But, yeah. Now we're going to, like, the second most, I think, like, praised Pokemon of the generation.
The one that everyone thought was a Badoo regional variant.
He's small.
Smoliv.
Smoliv, which honestly is not a good Pokemon in my opinion.
It's not. It really isn't.
The entire line it has like, it looks very highly presentable and then just underrepresents the grass
It's
typing.
this
It just
region's.
isn't as
It's
good.
this region's Hoppip.
Yeah. I mean, Smoliv by
Yeah.
itself, I enjoy because it's got a
Yeah.
funny name and it's cute, but like, its evolutions are kind of mid. And have you seen its like final evolution's ability?
No, I have not. What's its final
It's
evolution's ability?
it's
Does it
super
suck?
it's super terrible. So like, what's the
It's not
worst
good.
kind of terrain that you can think of?
The worst type of terrain I can think of is probably grassy terrain.
And that's
And
exactly
there it
what
is.
it sets up.
That is exactly it.
Yeah, it just sets up grassy terrain, and that's like the worst
That
kind
is
because
all it
like
does.
it heals your opponent's Pokemon too. It heals you, but your opponent's gonna get the benefit too. So like, why even have it?
I
mean,
agree with
like,
that.
Harvest is a good ability. Don't get me wrong.
It's not bad.
But it's also its hidden ability.
Yeah, it's like you're not very likely to get it, and then you're more likely to get Seed Sower, which is like it's a neat ability in concept, right? But in
Yeah.
practice, it's
Like
super terrible.
if you want to use this for like a grassy terrain team, you could, but
Just don't do a
they-
grassy terrain team, honestly.
I know, but like they really shut that down because they got rid of Rillaboom's signature really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that you could really do with this is put this on a Sun team and give it a berry. That way, like, we'll be able to 100% get that berry back, use it again. But this speed right there,
It's
along
too
with that
bad.
special
Really
attack,
bad.
that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That is not going to work at all in the slightest.
It's just not a good mon at all.
It's not.
I would definitely rank Smoliv higher than its evolutions, though.
Where would you want to put him, Dark, with if you had to pick?
I would put Smoliv in A tier.
A
Like
tier.
Yeah, I would argue that it's just like Lechonk in the regard that it's
it is
just.
a lesser Lechonk. I feel like it does belong in A tier, but probably behind Fuecoco.
I think so. Yeah, I could put it behind Fuecoco, definitely.
I'm okay with that. But it's mid and final evolution. They're just not as good.
I'd put them. I would put them both in D tier, honestly.
All the way down there.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, D or F tier. That's how I'd feel.
They're just bad.
I can't see ever using this. I can't imagine wanting to use this in any scenario. I mean,
Axel's gonna be pissed. He loves this Pokemon.
He does love this Pokemon, but like it's not
grass
good.
and normal type is just not a good typing.
Yeah, it gains the fighting weakness.
And like Smoliv's good. I'm not arguing that Smoliv's like not a good design and the name isn't cool, but like its evolutions just aren't it. Like I would put them in D tier. I really would. I don't think they're like unusable or like I hate them completely, so I wouldn't put them in F. But like,
yeah, that's a good area for me, I believe.
I feel like they're better than Oinkoline at least.
Yeah.
That little fucking pepper chicken
pisses
me off.
It does not have the right vibes.
Also, I wonder how does this thing, a little green chicken, evolve into a pepper dinosaur?
I don't know. It is a weird evolution, isn't it? But it's got a unique typing, so like
it does. The first ever fire grass type.
It is definitely interesting, to say the least.
It is really good if you think about it.
Plus, dear God, it has the Moody ability. That's hilarious.
Yeah, Moody's really good.
Skullivan is a really good mon, I believe.
Yeah, its shiny is hilarious. Like, what the fuck is going on there?
That's horrendous.
It's pulling up its pants. Man. It has the Scrappy treatment.
It's so weird, dude. Like, why? Like, look at it. It's just goofy.
Ooh, I like it turns into a fire type because you use this grass type with a firestone.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like its name too. Like Scovillain. It's like Scoville, like the units of heat and villain mixed together. That's pretty cool.
I like that.
It is, and it has honestly, it does have a solid moveset.
Yeah, it's not bad by any means. I was considering using this thing.
It can be a mixed attacker, 108 in both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta say, imagine running this thing on a sunny day team. That would be really good.
That would be
great.
Because this thing also has chlorophyll.
It does. And it's got access to solar beam. It's got access to what else? Flamethrower, which will be powered up in there. It'll be great.
Yeah, it'd be really strong.
You would rather have Moody on the thing, but if you had chlorophyll, I would definitely see this thing on a lot of sunny day teams.
I mean, if you wanted to do a sunny day team, like this is probably one of your prime candidates to chuck in there, you know? Like it's a fire and grass type. That's like a match made in heaven for a sunny day team.
Agreed.
It is. But I feel like its signature move is the biggest waste of time anyone's ever seen.
What is the signature move?
Spicy Extract boosts the target's special physical attack while also sharply lowering its defensive stat.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that.
Yeah,
but
that's
with
not
its
that good.
defenses, what is it gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess if you're going up against a special attacker, it's good, but like, you can't bank on that.
No, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure with that move.
Yeah.
So the little one, I would actually probably throw it. I think I would throw this thing in B tier. I'm just not a fan of it.
I think Capsicum's
I'm not the biggest fan.
Like, I feel like B tier is fine for it. It's not like my favorite by any means. I think it's okay.
Yeah, right there's good. But being the first ever grass fire type has to go in S tier.
I wouldn't throw it in S.
Yeah, I don't think I'd throw it in S either. I'd put it in
definitely
A for sure.
Okay. A I think above King's Gambit then. How about that?
King Gambit?
I don't think I'd put it above King Gambit. I would put it above Scarlet though.
Okay.
That seems legit. I can do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's better than King Gambit.
So these Pokemon.
I don't have much to say about these, honestly.
Man,
I know that one thing is that the shiny on Tambold is horrible, but Bellybulb looks amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
that's
just
like
yeah.
Look at Bellybulb shiny though.
Bright yellow.
But also
Okay.
like the little thing on its sides aren't its eyes, and that like threw
I
me off
heard
so
about
many
that.
It
times.
throws me off super bad still.
It
Yeah.
does.
You're like,
It's so weird.
Especially on its shiny. Like, look at that.
Because then
yeah.
you can barely see its actual face.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see in the picture off to the right-hand side here, its mouth is slightly open, it's smiling, so you can tell that is the actual face. These
Yeah.
ear muff type things, maybe ears, aren't the actual eyes.
Yeah. I don't like that. I think that's a bad design aspect of it.
Same here. I don't really I don't like it either. But like even it's like nice to have a new frog Pokemon though.
Yeah, it's neat. It's definitely not bad. I
Definitely
don't
not.
hate
And
it.
its
It's
stats
a mix
are
attacker.
interesting to look at.
It's a mix attacker, but more of a defensive bulk.
Yeah, it's a
It is not a
bulky
mixed
one.
attacker, it's special attacking.
Oh yeah, its
Oh, yeah.
physical attack is only 64.
It's got 64 physical.
I misread that. But yeah.
I mean, the only thing holding you back is its speed, which is only 45, but it does have good bulk.
Yeah, like it can take a hit or two.
It has the bulk to back it up.
Which helps with its ability when it takes damage, will charge the next electric type move.
Oh yeah.
So that's
it's like
pretty solid.
It's like the charge ability, but a lot better.
Right.
I feel
Well, I'm not sure if it's better than charge, actually.
I don't think so.
It just says charges up. I can't tell what the percentage is.
I mean, surely it's like it surely acts just like charge, right? Like the wording is similar.
I don't think it is because of the fact charge automatically gives you a crit to your next electric type move.
I don't think it's crit.
Yeah.
I think it just boosts the power.
It might just boost it by like 25% or something like that.
But this is interesting because you can take damage, but also set yourself up using a different move.
True.
Guaranteeing your next attack doing some serious damage.
That is true.
That is true.
I think for that alone, I feel like Talbulb, I have to probably put that thing in C tier.
The
like
pre-evolution?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it either. I think C tier's like fine.
Yeah, I think right there is good.
I don't absolutely hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it either.
Because it reminds me of Poliwag, but not as cute.
It is. That's legit what I get the feeling of. Bellybulb, I believe, all belongs in B tier.
In B?
I feel like high B. Like maybe up above the Masquerada. Yeah, probably like number 1 up there for now.
Yeah. It's gonna be A, like at the bottom for me, or B.
Yeah, I feel like top of B is probably where I would have it.
Alright.
Now the car Pokemon, the engine.
These are just the not. When I look at these, I don't think Pokemon, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these either.
Well, hey, the one thing you do have to think about them, I believe they're the first ever steel poison types.
They are, to my knowledge, yes.
Which that is really good. The bad thing is that it has an X4 weakness to ground.
Yeah, I mean, but that was gonna happen with any poison steel type, so like you can't really fault them for that too much.
Yeah. But I find this hilarious.
It has slow start.
Slow start.
The only Pokemon besides Regigigas. That's hilarious.
I don't know why its hidden ability is slow start.
I don't know.
I guess
but imagine finding that in
engine.
the wild.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
It's an engine that stalls.
Yeah, it's like that's the joke.
Okay, but Revavroom does have a great hidden ability in Filter, reducing super effective moves by 25%. That's amazing, honestly.
That is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
That gives it much more survivability while not having the greatest of defenses. Or bulk, period.
Yeah.
But I believe Shift Gear boosts attack and then raises its speed. So you can definitely be able to set up with this Pokemon.
Shift Gear is a good setup
This
move,
thing
honestly.
should have gotten speed boost.
It should have.
It would have made a lot of sense. I don't understand how you give a car
because
slow start and then not speed boost as its evolution.
Yeah.
But also, I like to point out that the Team Star bases, I believe a couple of them had speed boost.
As the boss one, the actual giant one.
That bus thing.
Yeah. I think that one. I think one of them did have speed boost.
I feel like,
enough.
I feel like that's true.
I'm not sure if that's 100% true,
Yeah, I
but
can't remember.
I feel like it was.
I do too. It might be like a Mandela effect thing, but like I feel like that's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it and I was like, is that right? There's no way, right? And then I was like, yeah, actually, I remember that.
It's not
Yeah.
impossible because they were all different types, weren't they?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
all different types.
Yeah.
The tiny one, just for slow start, I think F tier.
I don't really like it.
I think it goes below Toro. I don't think it deserves F, but it's
Fair
can't
enough.
give it anything else. Yeah, not F.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything
yeah,
really
You can't
good
think of
about
anything
it.
good for this thing, because the only thing that's good is that it's really good against fairies.
yeah.
That's
I
it.
mean,
Which
If
that's
you
is
want
kind
a
of it.
hard
that is
fairy
good.
counter, this is it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't like the Smon at all very much. Like, I would never really want to use it for anything.
I saw this thing floating around in the overworld, and it felt like one of those weird
Like mods.
creatures from like Alice in Wonderland, just things that
Yeah.
just existed but didn't make any sense.
Yeah, yeah. I felt
I
like it
feel
was
like-
like a modded Pokemon, like something fake somebody just threw into the game.
Yeah. The
Rubber Room
car
though,
D tier.
B?
Like low C, high D.
Low C, high D, really?
Like,
I
I
mean,
still
it's
don't
got
know.
a good ability, but like, I don't really
Yeah.
like anything else about it. Like, honestly, I just wouldn't use it. I never would.
I don't know, I would stick it in at least higher C, because it does have potential.
Okay, I'll give it higher C.
I could put it in like mid C.
I want to put it at least above the evolutions, and then these two.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
I
It's
don't
not
think
a
it's a
bad
bad
mod.
mon.
It's not. I just don't personally like have. I just don't like it. I don't know. I
It's
really
definitely
just.
not appealing. I will give you that. It is
Yeah.
not appealing as a Pokemon at all.
I just dislike it. I struggle to put it very high in any like one of these tiers just because of my bias towards just disliking it. I think it sucks, like design wise.
Yeah. Earthworm.
I honestly want to give it at least B because of its potential. I mean, it gets rid of a weakness and then turns it into a healing factor.
I
You
mean,
can
its
put
ability
this
is
thing
great.
in doubles with a super powerful physical attacking Garchomp and then just heal. That's absurd.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, Earthworm here has Earth Eater, which is basically the Earth version of Water Absorb, which allows it to heal up damage whenever hit by an Earth move.
Is
By
it? Yeah,
25%
it's
of its
the only mon
maximum
that has
HP.
it too, which is like pretty
Yeah.
good.
That
You
is
know, that's
really
a good
good.
nod for it. Yeah, that's a good nod for it. I'm sure other mons will get it in the future as we get into more generations, but like for now, that being the only thing, the only ability, the only mon that has that ability, like that's good.
It will, and like it would definitely go on like sand teams. I believe.
Yeah, because
Definitely.
it's not going to get buffed by the Sandstorm either, and Sandstorm's already like probably the best competitive weather team.
Agreed. Also, it does have Sandville if like for some reason you run one with Earth Eater and one with Sandville, but I highly believe you'd rather have Earth Eater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Earth Eater's just better, and a Steel
But
type's pretty solid too. You know, the Steel typing's
it's
always
pure
good.
steel, yes.
Yeah. I
But
feel
with
like
the combination of that and then its physical defense being the only really appealing part about its stats period, I can't give it higher than B.
Yeah, I feel like B is fair.
B's fair. Yeah, I'll say a B above. I put it above the Grass Starter.
Yeah, I would too. I feel like
Love
high
it.
B is good for it.
These things kind of disappointed me.
I don't know how to feel about these things.
I don't
Its
really know
population
either.
bomb move is hilarious.
Yeah,
They're pure normal types, by the way. They're not
They
even normal
are.
ghost types.
yeah.
The evolution method is interesting. I actually never got one, even though they're at the right
They just
level to
randomly
evolve.
bang and then create an extra one. That's where the stat boost comes from.
It
Yeah.
is legit. But also, an interesting thing we talked about, this, you know that like a population bomb we talked about off camera? That is this thing's signature move.
And it can hit up to 10 times.
Yes.
With a chance to flinch.
Yes.
That's
And
pretty
then
good.
boosted by Technician.
Yes.
That's absurd.
Yeah, that's a good like thing to do for it, but like isn't that it's basically its only trick?
It's its only thing it can do.
It's a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also
As
think
he's
it's
been named to.
I don't know if you
A
guys have
lower
seen
base
it,
net total.
but like I think it's super adorable how whenever they move, the little babies hold onto the parents' tails whenever they're
I've
like
seen
walking.
that. That's
Yeah.
cute.
Well,
Yeah, I
they're
think
just
it's
bouncing.
adorable.
It's
Uh,
I don't know. I want to put it in lower B because it's just that's kind of all it has going for it.
Yeah, I can agree with the lower B tier ranking.
put it behind Spite Ops.
Because you got that one trick, but when that one trick,
Runs
when you
out.
have a ghost type, when you have a steel type in front of you, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got nothing else to do.
Like, even a fighting type, really. Like,
If you
you
get
know,
outsped by a fighting type, you're done.
yeah, that's it.
Now for this boy.
Said Dottle and said Titan. I think these might be my favorites of the
They're
generation,
good.
honestly.
They're really
The
cool.
Titan. Okay, before talking about anything, so Titan just deserves S tier off the bat.
Absolutely. I mean, it
yeah.
won the ability lottery. It has the best abilities that you can pick from.
It's just
Whereas
it's just awesome.
there it is.
I enjoy this Pokemon a lot too. Its shiny is really cool, I think.
Oh yeah, I agree
Exactly.
with that.
Yes.
Yeah, just look at
I like
that.
the I like it. I like the contract with the black and the orange.
Yeah.
And then its defenses they're like very mediocre, but it's got 170 HP. Not as much as Pokemon like Blissey, of course, but it does have quite a bit of survivability with that HP stat.
Oh yeah, it has enough survivability to take a hit, especially
Yeah.
with like it's one of its main weaknesses, fire, being severely nerfed because of thick fat.
Because of thick fat.
Yeah, thick
And
fat is pretty solid of an ability at base too, because like most time, whenever you see an ice type, you're gonna pivot into a fire type. It's just what you're gonna do. It's just natural. Fire melt ice. So like
right.
having thick fat as the ability is pretty good to mitigate that.
The thing is, this Pokemon you cannot know because there's different ways that you can play this Pokemon. You can have it with thick fat. You can have it be able to withstand a fire attack, or you can be aggressive with it. Use sheer force. But
Yeah.
if they set up with spikes or any other hazards, you can use Ice Spinner. But the opponent will not know. They have this A-Titan, but how are they going to play it? They could have sheer force, Ice Spinner, may not be effective at all. Or they
Yeah.
might be using a thick fat one, and the Ice Spinner, they may be using the Say Titan as the Ice Spinner, the hazard removal Pokemon.
Or if they're one of the crazies, they could use it on a snow team with the Slush Rush ability.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Slush Rush.
If you're really like nutty.
Yeah.
I mean, just the amount of things that you can do with this Pokemon, honestly, is one of my
Just-
favorite things about it.
Yeah.
It's just
That
super
thing-
versatile. Like, and it's unpredictable.
It goes definitely in S tier. I
Absolutely.
think below
Houndstone?
Yeah, below Houndstone. I believe that.
I want to put it above Houndstone.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Honestly,
I agree with above
its
Houndstone.
versatility can be
It's
astounding.
super buff, but yeah, Houndstone just is kind of a one-trick pony. Its one trick is super strong. It's just kind of
Right.
hard to rank. I feel like Titan being so versatile is probably a good spot in up there. It's a good mon. It's super great.
I mean,
Agreed.
even I use Skeldridge, and honestly, I think Titan would go above Skeldridge in my opinion.
Interesting.
In my personal opinion, I did like it.
It does have the ability to take away the fire weaknesses, which Armarouge and Skeledirge. But I feel like Skeledirge and Armarouge would still be above it.
I think so?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's better than Skeledirge, personally.
All right.
It's pre-Evo. I mean, Cetoddle's adorable.
It
That
is.
was really
Gosh
adorable. I like the
adorable.
tiny tooth it has.
Yeah,
If
it's
we're
just so
throwing it
cute.
in A, it's going above the rest of them.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
I can
agree.
Easily.
I can agree. I'm down with that.
I saw this thing in the trailer. My heart, man. And then I found out how good it was. Oh, I was done.
Yeah, it's really good.
Now we got this pseudo of the legend of the game, Baxcalibur.
I think this one is super
Dragon.
cool.
Yeah, Ice. It's our first. This
Where
is
is
our
it?
first Ice Dragon Pokemon outside of Kyurem.
Yeah, and it's our first non-legendary one, which
Yeah.
I think is super cool. I like this typing a lot for this mon.
I like it too.
it's definitely interesting. It gets rid of that dragon weakness to ice types, while also losing the resistance to fire types.
It does. It also loses the resist. It gains like the resistance of electric. The only thing I can really see hitting this thing is fairy types and
Yeah,
ice, because
honestly.
ice types
Yeah.
reduce ice type. So the only thing that's actually super effective against this thing is ice types.
Well,
not
and fighting
fairy
types.
Fairy types and
Yeah,
fighting.
and
That's
fighting
right, I forgot about
types.
those. And ground types.
Yeah,
No, that would
ice
be
is
rock.
kind of a
Rock
crippling
is also
type, but like
Mm.
still.
Have you seen it use its signature move?
Yes.
It is
I don't know.
hilarious. It reminds me of the Godzilla meme where it just attacks on its tail just sideways.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's so dark. Basically, the thing just turns around, shoots like a thing of like breath at it, and launches its back towards its opponent.
Damn, okay. I think its shiny's kind of shit though. Like, look at
Yeah,
that.
it continues
No,
its trend.
it's got that.
It got
It
the
reminds
Garchomp
me of
vibe.
Garchomp. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Thermal
unfortunate.
exchange though, great ability. Ice
Yeah.
body, solid. If you want to,
Yeah.
God dang, pair it up with a Titan on the team.
Hey, the
Yeah.
snow team.
I mean, on a snow
Alright.
team, yeah. I mean, there you go.
Glaive Rush though, reckless charge attacks opposing Pokemon. It's
It has a major downside, but with its
Yeah.
attack
Yeah.
stat,
but it's absurdly strong.
yeah,
Like,
it's
if you're
absurdly
outspeeding
strong.
everything and one hitting it though with that move, like, what's that matter?
That is true. That's the one thing. But if it
I mean,
does somehow survive a hit,
the thing
you
is, you can
better
just
hope that thing can
easily,
survive.
you can hard pivot around this drawback and use Protect.
Yeah.
True.
That's
True.
really the only thing you can do unless
Wait,
you
can
want to
this-
get one tapped.
Can this thing actually learn Protect?
I mean, every Pokemon can learn Protect, right?
Yeah, it's
there
right
it
there.
is. Oh yeah, so yeah, no, then this is a perfect combo for it.
It's a great combo.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But
That's
as
the
well,
only combo if you're using Glaive Rush.
Yeah.
well, they could also pivot around the Protect and bring out a Pokemon more suitable to take out back Excalibur.
True.
I mean, yeah, but like it's too juicy not to try and KO it on the next turn. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed, I agree with that. Excalibur, the final Evo, I actually believe it does belong in S tier, or at least high A.
I mean, it's a pseudo legendary. It's got the stats. It's got the
It has a signature move.
survivability.
It's got solid abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At least above Tinkaton there.
Tinkaton.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a pseudo. It's got to go in S tier. I mean, surely.
Yeah. Possibly
Yeah.
above Houndstone there.
I think
don't know.
I like it above Tinkaton.
Yeah, I like it above
Tinkaton
Tinkaton.
instead?
Not above Houndstone. I feel like Houndstone's too good to like have it go above. Like Houndstone's just kind of nutty.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you have to
And
be
the
really good
little
to go above.
one,
Its middle evolution is. I actually really like it.
it looks
the
middle
good.
evolution. It looks like a Spinosaurus. I like that.
I mean, I think it's a very well designed middle stage evolution. Honestly, one of my favorites.
Yeah, one of the best.
Agreed. I think
It's a solid Pokemon.
the middle stage will belong in A tier just for the design alone. Probably, I would put it below Smoliv, to be honest, though.
Below Smoliv.
Really?
Yeah, that's just how I feel though. What
I
did
could
you
see
guys
it
I feel
going
above
behind. I
Sedaddle.
feel like behind Citadel.
Behind it?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's a good
This
like
thing kind of
midpoint.
disgusts me though.
I think he's kind of funny. He's a goofy
I think
guy.
it's
Look at him.
cute.
Look at his little face.
I like the little tassels it has in its hand, like he's like playing with it. I ran into like the one that has the dark type, Terra type, and I
Yeah.
thought that thing was like so adorable. I
He's a
like the
funny
little
little
nose.
guy. He's kind of cute. I do like him.
I don't know. I
Either-
feel like this
either-
man's seen some stuff.
He looks like it, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
I'll say lower, like end of A, or I can go end of A or behind Earthworm B.
Behind Orthworm.
I kind of am feeling that too. Yeah, I think that's
All right.
probably a good spot for it.
I agree with it being at least in B.
Yeah, I don't know about A, but like it's still solid. I like it. I don't dislike it by any means.
Cyclizar.
Cyclizar though. Honestly,
Yeah.
one of my it's one of my favorites, but it's a bit lackluster in terms of performance in battle.
I just don't really like. I like it because of the lore. It's like, oh, it's either a future or past version of the legendary from your version, which is neat.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. But like, I don't know. I just didn't really like
I
want to
like how they
use it.
actually. I like how like people like thought that people were going to get like the Nebi treatment, that we actually like run into a Cyclizard and then we evolve it into the box art legendaries.
See, I would have liked it more if we did that. Like, because otherwise, it just kind of feels like underwhelming. Because if it would have evolved into the legendaries, I think it would have been a pretty cool Pokemon.
Well, the lore behind it is that it's that, center stage, the equivalent of what Donphan is right now. It's our present day variety
Yeah, it's our
version.
present day iteration of the Pokemon, and I get that. It makes sense. It's solid, but it should have evolved into the legendaries, in my opinion.
I do believe if they just made an item that allows you to like evolve your Pokemon into the past or present form, that would be perfect for Cyclizar.
I feel like
Yeah,
either
like a
that or
one-off item.
changing its form, kind of
Yeah.
like how the what is it, the Genie trio change form
Yeah.
Yeah.
and essentially become different Pokemon. I feel like that could have been done with Cyclizar.
It has lackluster stats. The one thing I believe going for it is its decent attack and its above average speed.
I mean, it's got Regenerator. Like, that's a good
It
ability.
does have Regenerator, so if
Yeah,
you
and
want
also
to do
Shitskin.
something, you got
Ooh, that's
well,
shiny though.
Shitskin is not as good.
Look at that thing.
It's pretty cool. It reminds me of those little like lizards that like run on two legs with the big like
Yeah.
what a Helioptile is based off of. It reminds me of that for some
Ah.
reason. I kind of like it.
I like that.
The thing is with you got Shedtail and then Regenerator, so you can hard swap and then it'll be okay. But that's kind of all you got going for it because you can't really set up, you can't do much else.
Yeah, it's just mediocre, really. Like, it's not terrible.
Because if your Pokemon goes down, you might be able to send it out, get a quick finish. They send out a counter to Cyclizar, but then you can Shed Shell into a Pokemon that can take out that one.
True.
That's the only scenario I can see it being used in battle.
It's like a middle, like, kind of pivot type Pokemon. It's not the worst that I've seen.
It's not even a hard pivot, it's just a quick pivot.
Yeah.
If I had to put this thing somewhere, I'd probably put it B tier above Spidops. That's how I would think I would put it.
Above Spidops?
Yeah, well, but that's just me.
I want to put it above. I want to put it below Tatsugiri.
I can get that.
Yeah, that's like not a bad spot for it.
Because you can use this. It does have some viability.
It's definitely better than the bugs. Good. Like, that's for sure.
Right. And to be honest, I have nothing don't know how to talk about that Pokemon, but I know if someone here does.
Palmont. I think it was good. I mean, electric fighting, it has absurdly strong physical attack and I believe very high speed. Yeah, 115, 105. It's not the fastest, but it will beat out base 100 Pokemon, which is quite a lot.
It will get off the Revival Blessing.
Yeah, and I mean, like, fighting electric's like a cool type.
I don't understand how Revival Blessing will work in competitive, though. I don't know how they're going about that. But it does have, in other terms, it's got Iron Fist as its ability, so it can definitely utilize that.
Yeah.
It also
does it know Drain? Can it learn Drain Punch?
Yeah, look on.
I believe. I don't think so, actually.
It's got a solid shiny too.
Solid shiny? Pink, it got sunburnt.
It's like me, get sunburnt way too easy.
Right?
I don't
see Drain Punch.
Man, if it had Drain Punch, that would be really good with
Iron
Fist.
It can learn Mach Punch, though, as an Ignite.
Yeah. Ooh, Mach Punch is
That's
good.
pretty cool.
I mean, Mach Punch is really good.
Yeah, can't go wrong
Mach
with Mach
Punch, Iron Fist, along with it being a stab move, that's going to hit pretty hard.
Thunder Punch, too, being a stab move, Iron Fist, that's pretty good.
Thunder Punch, Fire Punch.
Yeah, for the coverage.
Yep. Although I believe it's got double shock. I'm not sure if that's affected by Iron Fist though. Plasma Fist, no, it does not.
That's unfortunate.
Although with the power of double shock, and you can use it to some advantage because you will lose the electric typing during battle after you use it.
Ooh, that is actually
Yeah.
that is decent. So that way, just in case you run into a ground type, well, like not really a
Right.
ground type, but something that that will hit you hard, has like a ground type move.
Yeah,
Use
something with
double shock to
coverage.
get rid of it.
Right.
Because if you try to use it against a ground type, it's
It's not
not
gonna
going to
work.
work.
But
Right.
like maybe if you know that your opponent's gonna swap into a ground type after you kill whatever they have out, then you could just use that to burn your electric typing off, and then whenever they switch into the ground type, it's not gonna be super effective.
Agreed. I
Yeah,
feel like
that
with the Revival Blessing alone, it belongs in B tier.
I think it has more versatility than that. I think
I
it
think
should
it
go in
deserves
A.
A tier. Yeah.
I know. I mean, on altogether, I believe A tier, but just for Revival Blessing alone, belongs in B tier.
Oh wow.
Uh,
I definitely
A,
want to put it above Skull Villain.
I can get behind that. I think that's fair.
yeah,
It's a good
and
mon.
It
the
is. It's
first
solid.
first stage, I believe, is really cute,
It is.
It is.
but then the mid evolution one's one of those weird teen ones. I could put the teen one probably behind the second stage, Coco.
Really?
Honestly, I want to put it next to the Dolphin.
I can get
Oh.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, when I evolved this thing, I didn't realize it actually evolved.
It just stood
I
up.
saw it. I thought it was a visual glitch.
You
I
thought it was
saw
a
almost no different. It got puffier. That's what
Yeah.
it
happened.
did.
Yeah.
And then the first stage, I believe, with how cute it is, I think B tier just for the how cute it is.
I want to put it above little homeboy right here.
That's
Charcadet?
fair. It's fair enough. Charcadet's above
Charcadet, yeah.
Charcadet, yeah. That's fair. I can get behind that. That's cool.
I thought
Now
this
this
next
next
Pokemon
mon,
was supposed to be a regional Swellow, and it
I
should have been.
I think
It
it's
should have been,
super
honestly.
cool. I love this thing. Like I was gonna
I do
use it on
too.
my team, but I ended up using
Toxtricity.
Noivern instead. And Toxtricity, yeah. As soon as I saw Toxel, that was all bets were off at that point.
Raises special attack by 2 stages whenever stat is lowered. That's honestly awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah, like imagine
Wait,
That's
hang,
a,
does it have...
like
Ooh,
intimidating
see
that, and then
if this thing has close combat.
and it's also got wind power. I didn't boost. Wow,
Boost power
I
of,
had no idea that was an ability, honestly.
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
look to see if this thing has
That's his
close
signature
combat.
ability. Looks like.
Close combat.
Yeah.
Why would this thing have close combat?
Why would Staraptor have close combat?
Fair enough. No, it doesn't look like it.
Does it have any moves that lower its stats?
I don't think so. I think it's like if you want to, like if
Well,
you
no,
want...
no. I think it's only when the opposing Pokemon force lowers its stats.
So
That's
you want
a cool
because that would be
shiny.
Defiance.
You do want to...
What ability you're thinking of?
I think you want to put up against an Intimidate user.
Yeah.
In double
God, it's
battles,
shiny.
this
It's
thing
so
would
cool.
actually be a menace because Intimidate is very prominent in double battles.
Yeah.
So sending this thing out with, I guess your opponent who's gonna use an Intimidate user, that's gonna screw them.
Yeah, because it's gonna make this thing stronger.
And this thing has very, very good speed and special
really
attack.
Good speed and special attack. So run this thing with like an Electro Ball or something.
Is great, and then you can't go wrong with
Volt Absorb.
Volt Absorb, and then you can set up. You can set it up with a Tailwind user.
Wing Bolt Storm.
Yeah, I mean you could probably even use Tailwind on it. I'm sure it learns it.
I'm sure it's able to. Right there. It's a flying type.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is the moves that get affected by wind power. Or I mean, this is the moves that affect wind power.
But like I was saying before, I feel like this thing would have been like a cool nod to Tailo and Swellow, because if you guys have seen the Pokemon anime, the Hoenn anime, Pikachu hits Swellow with Thunder, and Swellow gets Thunder Armor.
Oh yeah. I remember
thought this
that.
would have been a cool nod to it.
I remember
mean,
that being
like,
so dumb.
I like it being a standalone Pokemon though, because like it's in the same vein as Swallow, because we don't have many 2-stage like Route
Bird
1 quote
types.
unquote birds. Because like it's like Hoot Hoot, Noctowl, Swallow, Talo, and then these guys. I think is the ones.
I didn't think
yeah,
much of it
that's
at
fair.
first, but looking at it
Spearow.
competitively, it's actually
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I love this thing. I want to use it at some point. It's such a good mon.
Yeah. Kilowattrel, A tier.
I want to throw it easily above the Giraffe
I think I
evolution.
prefer Farafrig above it, but
I don't
Really?
know.
it's
I
dark
agree
out.
with Michael. I think putting it at the very tippy top's pretty good shout for it. I think it deserves it.
Because in singles, I don't think it can do much on its own, but doubles, I'm gonna predict that this thing will be very prominent in double battles.
And the smaller one, I can actually also see it in A tier, probably just below Tinkatink.
That also sounds
Tinka
pretty good to me. Yeah.
Yeah, right
I can
there.
agree with that one.
It's pretty solid.
Bombirdier.
Bombardier.
Burb.
It is a flying dark type.
We have another bird. Is it flying dark? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Flying dark, yeah.
It is. I didn't know that. I thought it was just pure flying or flying rock maybe.
It would make sense for flying rock because in its learn set, it knows rock slide.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because like whenever you get up to it, aren't you like don't you have like dodge the boulders that are coming down too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Which makes sense with its hidden ability.
Yeah. Increase power rock type moves by 50%.
Which is dumb because it's its hidden ability. You think with the setup for that and the amount of rock type moves it's able to learn, this would be a regular ability.
How many rock type moves can this thing learn?
Like that's interesting. That basically gives it like 3 types because that's almost the same as getting stab.
That is true.
Yeah.
But as well,
I mean, it gets rock throw, rock tomb, and then rock slide as its learn set.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what other ones can it learn? I see it can.
Rock blast, power gem.
Ooh.
Power gem's good.
It can set up with stealth rocks. That's interesting. Stone edge. There you go.
Ooh, yeah, that's what you want right there.
Would hit. That would hit heavy.
Yeah, that would hit so hard.
Yeah, this thing would be good for that, but it has a lower end speed total. It has a really good attack stat, I think, for like a single stage Pokemon.
Yeah, but that's all it's got going again.
That is all it has going for it.
Speed, you're gonna need to like focus that speed if you want it to be outspeeding anything. You're gonna have to heavily invest in that.
Yeah. You do. I mean, setting up a Tailwind couldn't be bad for it, at least, boost that up a little bit.
Right.
I agree, but then as well, if you run Tailwind on this thing, you have to pray that this thing survives.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's
okay.
Basically another gimmick Pokemon. I kind of want to put it below Earthworm.
Yeah, I feel like high B is fair for this thing.
Squawkaville.
I want to put this thing at least C. I don't want to talk about anything above.
I can agree with that, but I read about some stuff about Squawkaville, and I actually know some things about them.
What do you know?
Their Pokédex entries is the green one here that they have, they are the most influential one because they have the biggest numbers. The blue ones here are actually jealous of the green ones because of how many numbers it has. The yellow ones here are actually the most violent of the group, being able to actually fight against Pokemon like Talonflame and Corviknights.
Oh.
And the white one just want to chill with people.
Oh, okay.
Just trying to vibe.
Actually, they have different abilities. They have different
base stat rules.
I didn't notice that.
Oh, interesting.
Do they?
Oh no, I was mistaken. I was looking at
that.
I was
looking at the abilities.
Still though, Intimidate, Hustle, Guts, Intimidate, Hustle, Sheer Force, Intimidate, Hustle, Sheer Force.
The hidden ability is amazing. Of course, you can never go wrong with Guts or Sheer Force as an ability.
Both solid always.
Intimidate either.
Yeah, Intimidate's definitely
it has a really low base stat total.
But its actual base stat total just
But I feel like Sparkability would be really good for an early game mon. That's it.
Yeah, it's kind of like Chatot, isn't it? Like where it's decent enough in the early game, but like later on, just not worth trying to use.
Right.
I agree with that. I think I agree with Ty here whenever he said C tier.
Yeah, I think the lore behind them is pretty cool.
I like the lore.
I'm gonna put the white and yellow above the other two because of the I think Sheer Force is a better ability than Guts.
Yeah,
I get that.
I think so.
There is a difference there.
Yeah.
Now,
Flamigo.
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 I believe
The
it's
availability for this thing is amazing.
It is. It's a flying fighting type.
You get it straight off the rip too. Like you can find this as soon as you get out.
I mean, I think it's the second area you explore. You're able to find this thing.
Yeah.
This thing it's actually stout.
It has Scrafty, Carved, Tangled Feet. The Tangled Feet is one I got. I used this thing for a hot minute.
Co-Star is an amazing ability. It will copy its allies' stat changes. So if you're setting up in a double battle, you can send this homeboy out with a possible speed boosted Pokemon and copy that speed boost.
That's like fantastic
maybe
for doubles.
2 turns.
That is really good.
Imagine using that and the Kilowattrel in a double.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah, that would really work.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good.
Well, that would be special attack though. It wouldn't be as good with that.
Yeah, but like if you're setting up for the speed though.
Setting up for speed would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this thing can set up its own speed with Tailwind too.
Yeah. Plus, as well with the flying fighting type, that's really good. The only other flying fighting type I believe we have is Hawlucha.
Yeah, it's a cool type. I mean, Hawluchas use it to great effect in competitive.
There it is, Tailwind. And I can learn Liquidation.
Oh, Liquidation.
Interesting.
It has a really big learn set. Oh no, that's not its learn set. That's its TM's moves.
I mean, still.
That was TM's.
Brave Bird.
Yeah, Brave Bird will hit like a truck off this thing.
I love how this thing learns Throat Chop though. That's interesting. I can't imagine a freaking
its best fighting type move it learns by level up though is Double Kick.
Yeah, that's kind of bad, but like the TMs make up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you've got a Pokemon that's secondary type, it learns only one move that's the same type as it.
It learns Double Kick and it learns Low Kick.
Oh, my bad, Low Kick too.
Yeah,
but still, those are very underwhelming.
But Low Kick, I feel I would rather go with Double Kick than Low Kick.
Yeah.
But
I would go with Low Kick.
But if we look at the TM things, I'm pretty sure this thing has to know Close Combat.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. Close Combat.
I was gonna say, man, it's not showing up, but it's one of the last ones.
Plus, as well, you were talking about using it for double battles. Wide Guard would definitely make it possible.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. I mean, this thing is definitely made for double battles.
Yeah, it's a pretty good mon, like solid overall. I feel like, and when you get it super early in the game, it just kind of feels overpowered.
Agreed.
Well, that's because of that doggone base stat total.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is a very strong Pokemon to have that early. I mean, imagine having a Hawlucha that early in X and Y.
Yeah.
Right.
And also that's also the thing you have to think about that early. Also, this thing was Larry's second ace, and I have to respect that.
Yeah, respect Larry.
Respect Larry. He's best. A tier behind Kilowattrel.
Behind Kilowattrel?
I just think it's super solid, dude. Like I don't feel like it deserves A tier 100%, like up there.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that placing.
Yeah, it's not the greatest thing ever, but it's definitely a solid mod. You can't go wrong, using it.
Yeah, viability wise too, like in a playthrough, like you can catch it so early, like why would you not want to use it?
And you're gonna have a great time with it.
The only reason I didn't use it is because I was using a Talonflame at the moment, and I like Talonflame.
My starter was gonna be a fighting type, so that's why I didn't use it.
Fair.
I just didn't think it was gonna amount to much. I definitely overlooked this Pokemon.
The diamond in the rough, it really is.
I just want to do one thing. I'm just gonna type on Discord. Oh no, Axel, we're reacting to Claw.
Yeah, this is Axel's like favorite Pokemon from this region.
Off. There it is.
Anger Shell is like a neat ability, honestly.
It is. Plus, as well, the one thing you also need to think about is Anger Shell's a really good ability where it makes sure it isn't hit about super effect, like crits or anything, which actually takes away from my Masquerada's secondary effect, but as well it's going to be hit with stab super effective damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
It has a decent attack and a defense stat.
It does have good in both of those, but that's kind of it.
In.
I had to sleep, but I heard someone not want me to talk about Clough.
Special guest Axel.
Special guest Axel. I meant that as a joke, but I guess he's not here. Axel, we're ranking
Clough.
Ranking Pokemon, and we got the Clough, and I was like, well, it's your favorite Pokemon in this generation. What do you think about it?
Well, his design I love just because he's a very ridiculous looking boy. He looks like the epitome of the autistic screeching meme to me.
Oh, look, he looks like a Crabrawler and is shiny. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that.
But his trait or his skill or ability, I don't know what it's
Anger
referred
Shell?
to. Yeah, Angry Shell, or as I like to call it, Angie Shell, is the scariest ability I've ever seen since Stamina.
It's definitely a good ability. It's got
really
great ability.
Yeah.
You want to know what makes it amazing, though?
What makes it amazing?
It stacks.
Oh?
So if you fully heal the Pokemon and he gets brought back down below half, it will trigger again.
Oh,
really?
Wow.
That actually is really good.
That's pretty good.
So
does it learn like recover?
Yeah, hang on. Check its moveset. Die.
So normally it has a pretty good defense normally, and it is normally pretty fast compared to a lot of other big Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's weird. You could stack it.
So he is just the epitome of a tank, and to say how good he was, I accidentally went against the fire type gang leader as my third opponent in the quest line.
And Clough carried, didn't he?
He absolutely carried. And he was like a good 9 levels below.
What would you put him as, an S, A, B, C, D, or F?
I think he definitely would deserve to be A tier or S tier.
I mean, with the ability of being able to stack and stuff, if you got
does it have recovery though? Like, did we see if it didn't have?
There's no recovery with it.
So it's only it's only really good with that like stacking ability in a casual like playthrough setting because like in a Nuzlocke you can't heal during battle, and like Pokemon, in competitive Pokemon you can't heal during battle. It's like its stacking's moot.
Revival Blessing would be really good with Clough.
What does it reset when it faints though?
It's not gonna. It's gonna reset its stats when it faints.
It will mostly reset, but I feel like even with that, it's gonna be really good to get that ability off again. I feel like A tier above Graveyard. Yeah.
I also see that Smoliv is at A tier, and I'm happy. And Grievard.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's a good mon overall, but I don't know. It's good.
It's not gonna excel, but it's definitely gonna be in like UU easily.
Yeah, it's a cool little dude.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Axel, for coming on and talking about Clough.
Yeah, giving us your opinion. We appreciate it.
Personal experience.
Yes. No problem. And also, currently my dog stole my spot in the bed, so now I have to go yell at the dog.
Dang.
Good night, man.
We'll see you later then.
See you later. And Claw for the win.
Now we got
Mario
Pokemon.
Naxlastack, Gargant. Yeah, that.
Those guys.
The pure rock.
Okay, so I learned something else about these guys' Pokédex entries.
It's a rock.
So Naggle's staff, it suffocates its target in salt,
Oh,
Oh my
great.
gosh.
but then Graggle thing apparently uses the salt to heal. So it went from violently murdering things with salt to here, let me patch up your scars for you.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, yeah. Even though I love the design of the final evolution at the first stage. Like, why does it turn into a rock dog?
Whenever it moves in the overworld, the mid stage just kind of fucking glides. Like, it looks
Yeah.
like it's a texture. It looks like it should be T-posing.
Oh god.
It does
It's
have an interesting signature ability, though. It protects it from status condition, and then because it's a purifying salt, it halves damage from ghost type moves.
Oh, okay, that's pretty
That
cool.
is pretty good.
It's interesting.
That is
Status moves.
interesting.
No status moves and ghost types are basically not very effective, which
When you think
without
a lot
like
of
oh,
when you think about ghost types, a lot of them are special attackers. And if
true.
they're gonna use a special attacking move, that's gonna half the damage. And it having lower
This
special
thing
defense definitely
completely
could be in handy.
this thing
Yeah,
completely counters Zero Edge as well.
it does. It just
It
like straight up
hard
murders it.
counters it.
So I feel like the final evolution gets above that just because of that.
Yeah, because
But
like you,
Salt Cure is its signature move, which it gets at its mid stage.
Inflicts damage every turn. Steel and water types are more strongly affected by this move. Interesting.
oh, that's kind of neat.
40 base power.
It's not the best, but like
So
it's
think about bind or any other damage over time moves like fire spin, and then just make it 10 times better because of the
yeah.
damage.
Yeah, and its ability is like super solid. Like not being able to hit by status is super good because like status
Right.
is like very common and competitive.
I agree
Honestly, I
with
think
that.
that's better than its hidden ability. Clear
Clear
body
body.
and then sturdy. I mean, it has pretty good bulk.
I mean,
Yeah,
agreed.
Purifying salt, great ability.
probably its best, 100%. I would say.
Absolutely, 100%. Its best ability. No argument.
Yeah, I feel like the final evolution gets put above Serial Edge at least.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Would we put it above Skull Villain?
No, I feel like Skull Villain's better though.
You think so?
Yeah,
Hmm.
at least that's me. I feel like
I
Skull
feel like that's
Villain.
debatable.
Yeah, I kind of think it might be better than Scoville, honestly.
You think so? I don't think
Because
it outshines Palmont, but definitely it could outshine in front of Skull
Scoville.
Villain.
Yeah, I
I
think
get
so
it.
too.
All right, now these two.
That middle stage is bothering me.
Should we just put the middle stage in F tier? To be honest.
I don't see anything really appealing about it.
I don't like it either, honestly. It just looks so weird. Like in the overworld, it's just so funny to me to see it like
Yeah,
gliding.
it's just gonna fly. It's just gonna T-pose behind us. It's buddies with Jinzo.
Yeah. I feel like top of F's fair enough.
Top of
Yeah,
F at least, and
Yeah.
then its
and
first stage is just
the Mario
odd.
mushroom, I'd say D tier.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. The first two stages, you don't look at those and then expect
The final
the
stage.
final
Yeah.
evolution. It's just I see no correlation. Honestly, there's no correlation between any of the stages.
Yeah, it just looks like it turns from a snail to a dog to a dude.
Yeah,
I just don't understand the mushroom stage. I don't, because you're thinking about salt water, I believe,
Yeah.
or any type of rock. Like when I think of this Pokemon and then the salty aspects, I think about like an ocean, like slowly deteriorating away a rock formation.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I get out of it. And then I don't see the mushroom or whatever that middle stage is.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
hey guys, just put on like a little pause here. I'm just letting you know we have been going on for like an hour right now, and we've so far rated a total of 41 Pokemon slash different styles.
How many more do we have left, though, for
1,
like the
2,
video
3,
purposes?
5, 6, 7, 8.
We got 14
We have
left.
we have 12 for like before we get to Golden Go. Plus, but then as well, the final part would be very short considering with like how the Paradox Pokemon would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm wondering if you guys wanted to end it here, or at least get the champions Pokemon out of the way. The next episode finish it off.
We can stop it at these Pokemon right here.
Yeah, we can stop. We can stop at the champions Pokemon. Also, would you care to like scroll down a little bit for just my video is a little cropped in, so like I can't see the dudes down there right now. I still can't see them.
There we go.
I still can't see them. It's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like cutting off the
because,
S tier now.
Yeah, I think Dark. Well, because I think you're gonna probably after this we're gonna work on getting some more things set up on your OBS. That way we could, because like it's good to have different
I have different things.
Weird. Because mine's all right.
I had mine zoomed in so you could see like the whole tier list and a bunch of mons at the bottom, but now the tier list is bigger, like you can't see the mons at the bottom.
I mean, I guess that's fair. But yeah, I guess you guys could end off this episode here if you wanted to do the outro. Oh, because I didn't know what you guys wanted to think because of the fact of, well, how we were saying last time, we were going for pretty longer, more than expected, and it's getting late for dark.
Fair. We can end it off here.
Yeah, I feel like that's
started off on a higher note with these
Yeah.
next Pokemon.
Or a lower note, because I have some bad things to say about them.
Well, we're gonna off the bat, we're ripping into the champions Pokemon.
Yeah, we're gonna rip into the champion. Honestly,
No, we cannot do it. We gotta save that for the hot takes.
yeah.
We can tear her apart there.
Fair enough.
Okay, but also, I don't even know why the wandering form is in here. That's not even really technically a Pokemon.
I know. I thought that was kind of odd. We can either skim over it or just, because
What an F tier.
It's odd because it's considered its own Pokemon, but we just never can use it.
I think it's kind of fair to like at least have it in the ranking somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I have seen it categorized as an actual Pokemon, but we never use it in battle.
I mean, it's gonna be a factor of your adventure in the game regardless, so like, might as well.
You're gonna need to encounter it to get Goldingo, so.
Yeah.
True. Which we can do that. We'll do that next episode.
Yeah, I think this is probably a fine place to leave it. I mean, we ranked a pretty good amount of Pokemon in this one. I'd say probably about as much as we did in the last one, right?
Yeah, I think just about. I think we're on a little bit less. But to be fair as well, we did like go through like all the different forms and talk about them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, A tier now has a third row, and C tier and B tier both have a third row.
Yeah.
Or second row, I mean.
To be honest, I figured we would have more Pokemon in F tier than in S tier.
I did too, honestly. I was kind of surprised that we didn't like hate on a lot of Pokemon. I mean, like I didn't really.
I mean, I tried to.
I didn't expect to like see F tier or not F tier, S tier being as big as it is. Like I felt like we were gonna have way less Pokemon in S tier, but there's just so many good mons that this game introduced.
100%. We're not even done with that.
Yeah, like we have a lot more to go, and like I'm sure once we get into the Paradox forms, the S tier is gonna get bigger.
S tier is gonna have at least a third row.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna
a lot of them are gonna go into S.
It's gonna get huge, and like the legendaries, you know.
Oh, we got a lot to talk about with the legendaries.
Oh, the legendaries.
There's a lot going on.
Sure.
Yeah, so
that is going to take up the most of the final part.
Yeah, I think this is probably a good place to leave it off. If you guys do, I'm pretty sure this is like fair.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed that video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and do all the things to all of our channels to stay up to date with all of our, videos and things of that nature. And of course, thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you guys in the next part.
Heck yeah. See ya.